Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to Drawing Down the Dragon. I'm Snappy, and thank you for joining me for our monthly reading for December 2025 for Sagittarius. So, if you have strong Sagittarius placements, either as your sun, your moon, or your rising, this is the reading for you. And let us invoke Apollo and the Muses and ask them to shine their light upon Sagittarius, to guide them throughout their day and to help them to realize the beauty of their dreams. So, Apollo and the Muses, what is the empowering and inspiring message for Sagittarius? Let's take a look. Inspire. All right, our center card and defining image is the Seven of the Chariot. Wow, 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 right? The Chariot is the most active and empowered card in the entire deck. The force of Cancer, the energy that calls us to don our armor, to stand up for what we love and what we believe in, to fight and to move with that empowered focus, right? Really profound energy here, right? The energy of Apollo as the destroyer of Python, doing what we need to defeat that which stands against who we are and what we love. Really profound action, taking responsibility. And look at that. We find ourselves showing up as the Queen of Cups, the water of water. Really beautiful energy, right? The empowered person who's in this truly nurturing energy. They're connected to people on an emotional level and they wish to support people in that emotional capacity. They really care, they're really invested. And often this is sacrificial energy. They put their own feelings and their own desires below. They're hidden in the waters and instead they give of themselves freely, right? They try to uplift and nurture all the beautiful people around them. Really, really wondrous energy, but often, so bound up in the waters. And what we're seeing here is that this beautiful, loving, nurturing energy is being called to stand up, to be in that Cancer, to be that protective mother, right? To have to actually stand up and fight for her children. Intense energy. Let's see where this goes. Yeah, we have the Four of Cups, luxury, right? The core foundation in our emotional connections. These are our familial relationships, the people who are closest to us that we depend upon, that protect us and fulfill us, right? This is complicated energy, powerful energy, right? The four in its exalted form can be that true foundation that lifts us to the heights of the ideal. It can be that true empowered comfort place that is really rewarding and sustaining. Or this energy can be deeply oppressive, right? That binds us to this four, that binds us to these connections and doesn't allow us to move beyond it. But what I'm seeing here is we're seeing this beautiful energy of the Queen connecting to those relationships, right? Nurturing and loving those relationships and recognizing the need to stand up for those relationships. It's not enough to be in this emotional support. Now she's called into action, into profound being. She has to take responsibility. This could be something really intense. Let's see where this is going. Wow, yeah. There's a profound message on the way, right? We have the Eight of Wands, swiftness, the magic of Hermes. And when the Eight of Wands is here, it signifies a profound opportunity. Something is coming that we can really seize hold of, that'll lead us to new, profound understanding, that'll take us to a beautiful new place. But this energy must be recognized, it must be seen, and we must take the opportunity and leap, right? This Hermes energy only shows us the sign. It's up to us to really recognize it and to take hold of it, right? This is beautiful, powerful energy to be connected to that Hermes, right? When we are in this passionate love, determined to fight, then we can see our opportunity. We can see what we need to do to break out of this eight energy, out of these repeating patterns and into profound power and strength, right? To really pursue our will, to empower ourselves into action, to stand up and to do what we need to for our loving familial friends and relations. Wow. Love, love, love it, love it, love it. And look at this, yeah. This is intense energy, complicated energy, right? We now have the Seven of Discs, failure, right? And the failure tells me that we are in this energy of having too many balls in our hands, really overwhelmed with the amount of work, struggling to do the work, right? And this is energy where we really feel that we need to inflame ourselves and take responsibility, empower ourselves in action. We have to focus in this moment, really recognize the need to come out of this energy. But there is a loving hand here, right? Hermes is here and he's showing us a way to get out of this overwhelming intensity. You know, the sevens are always this intense energy. And when we're looking at the seven of discs, right, the failure, we're finding ourselves struggling to be in that true balanced energy. And this can be for a variety of reasons. Either we're overwhelmed in the work or we become complacent. You know, oftentimes when we're in the six, that energy of success and stability, right, the failure comes because once we're in that success, we no longer are doing the same level of work that led to the success. We become complacent, right? But whatever the issue is, we find that we need to focus, that we need to come in and figure out how we handle this energy and bring it back into balance, right? Let's see. Oh, and look at that. The six of discs, success, right? Success. We're going to bring it into balance. Hermes is going to show us how to juggle these balls, right? The juggler is going to help us. This is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful stuff, right? The six of discs is such profound energy, right? Success, the perfected middle path in the earth, the most sustainable energy in the earth, right? This is real profound achievement. And being in that sustainable, secure energy, not only will we have come into success, but this will stay with us. This will empower us and define us, right? Protect us. Real beautiful, beautiful energy. And look, what we're seeing is when we can don our armor, pursue our passionate desire, really take hold of these opportunities with that loving force of necessity, we can break free of the seven of failure and come into that profound success. When we really focus on those loving connections and the support they need, then we can find the passion and the will to do the work that is necessary, right? To seize hold and to recognize the opportunity. Wow, wow. What beautiful energy, Sagittarius. And look at this. We got the hangman, the elemental water, right? The 12. And the 12 takes us to the 3, the magic of the Great Mother, the energy that calls us into loving harmony and flow. And this is profound energy crowning our entire reading. In order to really come into this energy, we have to recognize that we are not truly in flow with the waters. Wow, and this is heavy because we're showing up as the Queen of Cups. If anything, we should be lifted and empowered in the water. We have all this water, and yet we're not in harmony, right? What is this about? We need to really face our fears. We need to face ourselves in that mirror. We need to flip our perspective upside down, go into those uncomfortable places and have those uncomfortable conversations, right? If you really want to be in this energy of the 4, you're going to have to fight for what you love. You're going to have to take action to deal with the failure and to come into success, right? This is about recognizing, this is an intuitive energy. Both of these are intuitive energies. There's something that's going to tell us that we're uncomfortable. Things aren't right. We're not on the right path. We're not doing the right things, and a sacrifice must be made. We have to take an honest account of our situation. We have to face our fears. We have to go into that mirror and look and be honest, right? What do we need to do to change? How do we overcome our situation? How do we get into flow? Why are we out of flow, right? If you want to be in true harmony, you're going to have to take action and you're going to have to discipline yourself, right? Face your fears and take responsibility. Take both of these cards too here are about responsible action, right? Coming into action. We have to, it's not enough to just face your fears. Then you have to climb down from that tree. You have to climb down from that hanged place and do something. Make the sacrifice and change. Profound, radical change, right? And this is about this queen really learning to truly embrace those waters, right? Really go to the depths of her emotions. Really come into flow in harmony. Do it for what she loves, right? We have the Cancer and we have the Hangman, elemental water. So much water here. And the 4 of Cups water, right? Wow, Sag. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Let's continue, right? And look at that. We have the high priestess, right? The high priestess, Aphrodite Urania, the highest muse, the light in the darkness, the energy that carries us across the abyss and into the heights of the beautiful, right? The great initiator, the voice in the darkness and in the silence. And when we see this energy, right, we are on that profound initiation. We need to listen to that muse, to look to the signs and synchronicities, to embrace this connection, to commit to this connection and engage in the divine imitation, right? The seven here is a challenge that needs to be overcome. We need to come into flow and harmony, come into her weave, really embody this energy of the chariot and take action to come into that profound success, to do it for for the people that we love, to really embrace the waters and to become our best, highest self. Wow, wow, wow. This is really glorious, transformative energy, right? We're seeing this mother really engage the waters, pursue that loving energy to its ultimate energy of commitment and action, right? To make the changes and to don her armor, to fight, to break free of that failure, to do the hard work that is necessary, to seize the opportunities when they arise, and to come into profound success, right? To go through that initiation. Wow, wow, wow. And what's our final card? Now look at that. We've got the Empress, the Great Mother, right? Aphrodite Pandemos. Aphrodite Pandemos, Aphrodite Urania, on either side of the primordial waters, right? The 2, the 3, and the 12, the 1 and the 2, right? All of this profound divine feminine energy, all of this profound energy calling us into the weave, calling us into the waters, calling us into connection, crowning our square. Wow, Sagittarius. Wow. You know, this is about really taking responsible action, right? Learning to come into loving harmony, to empower ourselves in the earth and to lift that veil and rise to the heights of the ideal, to be initiated into that great mother energy, to really transform and to gain profound wisdom through profound action and responsible action. We are coming into success. We are fighting for who we love and for what we love. And we are coming in a flow. We are being that loving, creative, nurturing force, right? And when the time is right, that veil is uplifting and we are rising to the heights of the ideal, embracing that great mother. Wow. What a beautiful read. All right. That's the message, Sagittarius. And I hope that resonated with you. And I hope you have a beautiful December 2025. Peace and love. Take care.